Alright guys, welcome back for another episode of the Duchess channel. If you're new here, I'm Duchess, and it's nice to meet you. Today's video is about me! All about me. 13 things you need to know about me. These may be little things, big things, logical things, not so important things, but it's just about me. So let's kick it. The first little thing about me is my lucky number is 13. I have always loved the number 13. I don't really know why, but I know it also stems from that. When I was younger, my grandmother's favorite number was 13, and on Friday the 13th, we would make a big celebration. We would always go out to eat and, do some sort of shenanigans. 13 is also, and this leads me into my second one. It is also Taylor Swift's lucky number, and I am a huge Swiftie, so there's number 2, but I am also a major Avril Lavigne fan. So it's 2 personalities. So my sweet, soft, innocent, and then my edgy, out there personality. So that is the first 2, so that leads us into 3, which is I'm a huge foodie. I love food. And I cannot, I love different foods. I don't like repeat of food. So, I love trying new things. My diet is, it ranges. Some days or some weeks I'm a vegetarian. Next week I'm eating a bunch of meat. Or I'm pescatarian one week where I eat straight seafood for a whole week. It just varies because I love food. I don't look like I love food because I'm skinny mini and tiny. But I love food. Good food. Don't give me a freaking bad food. No. Blech. This also leads us into 4, where I love to cook. I enjoy cooking. However, when I cook, I tend to cook for an army. I guess because when I was married, they can eat, okay? His whole family can eat. So I would just make big batches of food, and now that I'm no longer married, old habits just don't die, I guess, because I just like to cook for an army. So if you're ever coming over for dinner, be prepared to eat because there's going to be a lot of food. But I love it. It's very peaceful and refreshing and just woosah. It's just woosah. And it helps. When I'm stressed or I'm overwhelmed, I'll just start cooking. Sometimes I don't even know, I like trying new recipes too. Cooking new recipes, it's quite fun. You should try it. Yeah. For 5 and 6, they kind of weave into one another. For 5, I'm into the hoodoo voodoo, the witchy stuff. I am totally in with the moon. Now, don't ask me about the signs and what their characteristics are, because you'll lose me, because I don't pay attention to that. All I know is I'm a Scorpio with a bunch of Sag placements, and that's about it. And that's where we're gonna leave it. Yeah. But anyway, and then it leads us into number 6, that if I have a dream 3 times, and it's the same exact dream, it is most likely to come true. Let me explain. If I have a dream 3 times, it's most likely to come true. An example would be when I was younger, before my grandmother passed away, I had been with her just about every single day as much as I could, cherishing all the little time that I had left with her as she was getting sick. A week before she passed away, I had 3 dreams that she had died. And being 15 and your best friend, dreaming of your best friend dying, it's quite terrifying. But on the night where I had the 3rd dream, the following day, I called my grandfather and he told me she was in a deep coma. That was terrifying. Yeah. Just to tie in with 5 and 6, it leads us to 7. I have a pet frog. No, not a lizard, not a cat, not a dog, a frog. You can't get more witchier than that, is a pet frog. His name is Prince. I've had him. I got him back in the beginning of the year. He is, like this big now. I will put a picture somewhere in here so you guys can see him. He is super cute, and I occasionally boop his nose just like I would a dog, because frogs need love too. Love your frogs. Okay? It's important. He is just a little white tree frog, dark green tree frog, not a red-eyed tree frog, but just a regular tree frog. But he likes mushrooms, not trees. We're on number 8. Wow, we are blowing through these things. So number 8 is I am an author of 3 books, and the 4th one is in the works. I can't tell you what it is, solely because I keep changing my mind and tossing out the whole idea and starting over. Typical author things, you start a whole writing process and then you're like, I don't want this one. So you toss it out and start over. I'm predicting that book 4 should be done by next year, depending on how the next few months go. It's the plan. And then I'll also start book 5 not shortly after that. I will list down below where you can find my books, so you can go and grab those, because they're quite exciting. Alright, we're on number 9. So for number 9, for those who actually do know me, you know this one personally and is a big one, and that it's also a theme in most of my books, but I am a huge Fast and Furious fan. In the beginning of each book, there is a quote from See You Again, the song that was a tribute to Paul Walker. Rest in peace. And then in my About the Author, it will mention that I'm a big fan and that I hold friends close because they're like family. So the whole theme about that is really, really big, and it's also like the girls, the cars, the guys, like everything. The whole thing is just chef's kiss. Number 10 is my favorite time of day is when I'm by myself, which is typically at night after I've gone to work and did all the people-y things and the adulting things. But it's nice to just like unwind and just be by yourself and, do a little journaling, fill in that planner that you have, just being with yourself is quite peaceful, especially if you just, lay in a dark room, listen to some little bit of music, everything. Peep the couple walking behind my car. I'm in my work parking lot filming this. It's quite exciting. Alright, number 11. Number 11 is basically a two-parter. I have a total of 4 tattoos right now, but the big one is I didn't start until last year. All growing up, I had all these tattoos planned, and then when I got with my ex, that was a big issue. His family just wasn't a fan, and of course, I was young. I wanted to accommodate everybody, and I was a major people pleaser. I'm not so much now. I kind of just go my own way and make my own path and just stirring up a bunch of things. And sometimes you need to do that. Sometimes you need to stir up a little dust. It's quite entertaining, actually. But anyway, so I have quite a few, and I'll do a little clip to show all of them. have two favorite phrases. It's "you're fired" and "don't ask questions." The past few months, or to a year, I have picked up the phrase "you're fired" and "don't ask questions." They have become my very favorite phrases. I don't know why, but I use them a lot. Like, within 10 minutes, I've probably fired just about 10 people. So that's one "you're fired" every minute. There's one specific person I fire at work all the freaking time. He knows who he is. I don't need to name drop him. But I also fire the best friend, too. But then she just looks at me and says, didn't want to be hired. So, that's concerning. The last one, big number 1313, is I've had the same best friend for almost 13 years. We started becoming friends back in middle school, but became really close this past year and a half after my divorce. I don't know, I wouldn't be here without her. I would not be sitting in here talking to you right now. Because after we've done a lot for each other, and she's just a big pain in my butt, but I absolutely adore her. She's helped me a lot, and I honestly can't imagine what life would be without her. I mean, we all need that freaking best friend that just pushes every button, but yet you can't imagine what tomorrow would be like if you did not have them in your life. And that's her. Almost 13 years. Holy shit. Alright, guys, that's all I got for you for now. Until next time, see ya!